What's up, guys, and welcome back into Breaking Boards. In today's episode, I want to take a look at the 10-game main slate over on DraftKings and give you guys my top 5 stacks as we head into the Sunday slate. Glad you all could be here. Hopefully, you had a good Thursday night football. I'll be honest with you, that game was so boring to me. This is the first time this has happened in a while, but I could not continue to watch Carson Wentz just wince every time that he was hit last night. So I went to bed at halftime, and that's the first time that's happened in a very, very long time. Before we jump into the breakdown of the top 5 stacks for the main slate, I want to take you guys over to breakingboardsdfs.com, which you see currently on your screen. If you will take a look at your screen, you have a QR code. If you will scan that, it will take you over to the site, or I will drop the link down in the description. Mainly what I want to do is give you guys an idea. I won't be able to open the articles for you as some people are behind the paywall, and I don't want to take away from what they have paid for on the site, but I do want to give you an idea of what's available for this weekend's slate. If you take a look here, this Breaking Board article release schedule is basically just an announcement of what is inside each one of the 3 tiers over on the site. Here is a article about a main slate breakdown. What that is I put together an Excel spreadsheet giving you guys core plays, GPP plays, plays I'm going to look to be around the field on, and plays that I'm going to look to avoid. I break down each position and give you guys a better indication of what I think you can take advantage of as we head into week number 8. Pretty cool sheet if you only got a few minutes before the slate starts and you're just looking to get a few lineups in, something to check out that'll kind of lead you down the correct path on putting together at least a core that you can build around. If you stack that alongside a video such as the top 5 stacks, which we're about to get into, it'll give you an idea of how to build a ROI successful or projected ROI successful lineup for week number 8 for the main slate over on DraftKings. Thursday night's betting article went up last night. As you can see there, it gives you a little preview of that first bet. It hit. So 100% the last 2 weeks on a Thursday night football, 5-4-5 on the betting article. It is available along with the main slate breakdown in the $29.99 tier. Next up here, we have the cash article. Really quick rundown of my favorite cash plays of the week, and I give the reasons why those guys are my favorite cash plays of the week. This is available in your $9.99 tier. Each one of these tiers are available on a monthly basis, monthly pricing. So you'll get multiple articles for that $9.99 price. The Edge to Exploit article is available on the Pro plan. These are the 3 places or the 3 game environments that I like to take advantage of the most and how I will be attacking them for Sunday. Again, available in the $19.99 plan. The attack plan is essentially a very brief rundown of game by game, position by position, player by player of how I'm going to be attacking the slate. The TPP article is team total, pace, and passing percentage to give you guys an idea of which games have the best environments on the weekend. And then for last night's game, we had the showdown breakdown, which is essentially the main slate breakdown, but just in the showdown format. And then the showdown projection sheet is a really awesome sheet that I've had a lot of people have a lot of success with. It is in the $19.99 plan, but it gives you the ability to customize, or you can just strictly look at what I'm playing. I mean, it gives you team totals, gives you game total, gives you my projections on the player, gives you my ownership projections that I'm actually using, not just what I think the field is going to be at, but where I'm going to actually be at on my ownership. It's customizable. So if you want to change the inputs, it will automatically readjust to fit what you think is appropriate for a showdown slate. So if you take a look at last night's article and you think that I was way off and you want to change someone's projections on that, it will allow for that, and then it will give you a ceiling outcome, a floor outcome, and it will kind of tell you who you should be stacking those players alongside. So that's a quick rundown of what's available on the site. A couple more articles that need to go up for this week, which I do write my War Games article typically on Saturdays. The War Games article is in the $29.99 tier, and it is exactly how I'll be playing week number 8. I mean, player by player, my looks, my thoughts, right before I enter my lineups on Saturday night and Sunday morning. So if you're interested in that, go check out the $29.99 plan over on the site. And that is enough of a shameless plug. I appreciate you guys sticking with me through that, trying to build up the channel and the site a little bit more. And hopefully you guys get something out of today's content. If you do, drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, as I do cover everything NFL throughout the season and throughout the offseason. So glad you all could be here. And without further ado, let's jump into the top 5 stacks for week number 8 on DraftKings. The first stack that I want to take advantage of on week number 8 here, if we can find it on our screen, is going to be the Chicago-Baltimore game, and we're going to attack it from the Caleb Williams side. This Baltimore defense has been pretty atrocious throughout the year overall, and so has the Chicago defense. So I expect this game to have a little bit of fireworks. I do expect DeAndre Swift to play. I don't mind pairing him alongside Caleb Williams, although Kyle Managa is starting to mix in. But if you look at the last couple of weeks for Swift, I mean, a 28.5 and a 23.8 at 5,900, both of those are perfectly fine. So I don't mind including him in the stack. With DJ Moore still being a bit banged up, we're going to go back to the well here with Rome Odunze, and this would be my preferred stack for the for the Chicago side. If you want to include the Baltimore side, I would probably take Swift out, and I would include Derrick Henry, and my stack would look something like that. Or if you wanted to keep Swift in, you could keep Swift in there. And one of my favorite wide receivers plays, if not my favorite wide receiver play of the weekend, would be to add Zay Flowers. So there's a couple of different variations to give you guys a start for your lineups for Sunday as far as it entails the Chicago Bears stacks. If you are interested in trying to figure out some core plays to work around that, the $9.99 cash article is great for that, and it maneuvers well with this type of video. But that is going to do it for stack number 1 for this weekend's games. Looking over at my sheet here and pulling up stack number 2, we're just going to stay in the same spot. We're going to make it easy here. We're going to go over to Lamar Jackson, pairing him alongside Derrick Henry. And then again, my favorite play on the weekend, maybe for the wide receiver position, is Zay Flowers at 5,400. If you want to run it back on the other side, you can do so with Rome Odunze. I don't mind getting to this stack. I think you can also skinny stack Lamar with Derrick Henry or Zay Flowers if you would like. You can include Odunze. You don't have to in those lineups. So this would be my favorite stack if I'm looking at an onslaught of this game. If I was looking to get a little bit more skinny, if you will, on the slate, I would either go with Lamar, Derrick Henry, Odunze, or Lamar, Zay Flowers, Odunze. Again, you don't have to bring it back if you don't like, because Lamar can get it done on the ground. And I think he scored more than 20 points in most of his, in 3 or 4 games this season before he went out against Kansas City there. So I think this is a good spot for Lamar. I think he's a bit priced down given the injury and missing the last couple of weeks. Same thing here with Derrick Henry. This is a top 10 matchup for all of these players, so don't mind getting a little bit overweight this game. There are a lot of positions and a lot of spots that I like this week, so I will be looking to mix and match those spots that I love around my game stacks. So I don't mind getting to the Chicago side or the Baltimore side in this spot. If we're looking at stack number 3 here, we're going to go ahead and go over to, and just looking at my sheet there, sorry about that, the Tampa Bay New Orleans game. And we're going to attack this. This is more of a gut feeling play for me. I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield. I'm going to go with Rachaad White, and I'm going to go with Emeka Egbuka. And you can run it back on the other side if you'd like, with a player like Rashid Shaheed in the dome. Typically, in my experience over the last couple of years, when Baker Mayfield is short weapons, he tends to ball out. I think he just gets to the point where he has that it factor where if the team feels down, if things feel down, he's willing to will his way through playing tough and getting it done on the field. You can also include, and I forgot to mention this guy here, Kate Otten, along with this. So this would probably be my preferred way to approach this game, is just a full-on onslaught build here, where I think this game is going to be a little bit of fireworks on Sunday, or at least in these lineups. That's how I'm going to build it. I do think Baker's in a great spot. So is Rachaad White. So is Egbuka, if I could say that, with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin out. And then K. Dotton has also seen an increase in targets over the last couple of weeks as well. I mean, 12, 10, and 13. Not a bad run out there for K. Dotton. Rashid Shaheed is just someone that I think is going to see downfield work. And I think if he catches a bomb in this game at 4,700, you're looking good there as well, which he's already done this season at 24.4 there with an 87-yard touchdown pass in week number 5. So that would be my preferred stack for the Tampa Bay side. I actually really like this for this weekend. And again, I have a couple of running backs and defense that I'm really heavy on this week. So it pairs very well with this Baker stack. And then if we clear this one out and we head over to our 4th stack, this one's going to make you want to vomit. It makes me want to vomit as well, but I do think it is a good place to be this weekend, and just bear with me. Okay, so we're going to go to the Tennessee Titans, and we're going to look at Cam Ward. We're going to look at pairing him with 2 of his pass catchers. You can go with Io Manor, you can go with DK, you can go with Okonkwo, or you can go with even Gunnar Helm. I would go 2 of these guys. I mean, we're talking about, look at the pricing on that. What is that? I mean, we're talking basically 12,000 maybe, 12, 13,000 for a full 3-man game stack in this spot. I personally like to get to Io Manor and DK there at the wide receiver position, but I don't mind either of the tight ends. They just typically eat into each other's production a bit. I do like pairing this alongside, bringing it back on the other side with Jonathan Taylor. Taylor having that $9,500 salary, having this cheaper stack here allows you to really plug and play JT in that lineup. I really do like the Cam Ward, taking shots on him in the $20 millionaire maker. I will have a couple probably in 3 max sets just because I don't think many people are going to get there. And this Tennessee team, as bad as they are, they play at a fast pace and they don't mind throwing the ball a lot. So I don't mind getting Cam Ward stacks in there in those larger field contests. And I will consider them in those 3 max sets. Like I said, I don't think many people are going to get to this spot this weekend. So I'm going to try to take advantage of a spot that I think is good, that the field thinks is bad. And lastly, going over to stack number 5, we're going to go here to the Dallas-Denver game, and we're going to look at the Denver side, and we're going to take Bo Nix, and we're going to skinny stack him with Courtland Sutton. If you want to include Troy Franklin or Marvin Mims, I don't hate that at all. You could also include J.K. Dobbins if you would like. If you want to run it back on the other side, I don't think that you have to, but if you want to, you could go with the revenge games for Javonte Williams, or you could go with George Pickens or obviously CeeDee Lamb. If I were going to choose somebody and I was going to place these guys in order for this weekend, it would go Javonte Williams, and then really a coin flip between Pickens and Lamb, given that Lamb's probably going to see Patrick Surtain. But I do like Bo Nix and Courtland Sutton. I think this is a week where they get back on track and we get Sutton back into the end zone against a Dallas defense that I think has been the second best matchup on paper for the wide receiver position and the absolute best for the quarterback position. So that's going to do it for the top 5 stacks for week number 8 in the NFL season over on DraftKings. I appreciate you guys sticking with me through the shameless plug and throughout the video. Hopefully you get something out of all the content. If you do, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Everything that you guys can do, I really appreciate it. If you want to go check out the articles on the site, like I said, $29.99 gets you everything that you need for the month to be able to play DFS, to get in some lineups, and to actually build positive ROI lineups. $19.99 will get you everything you need for Showdown, and it'll get you, a lot of the material that you're going to need for the main slate, but not quite everything. And then the $9.99 tier is something that if you're just playing a few bucks a week and you want to look at a way to put together a core and then watch a video such as this one to be able to fit that core around a stack, I think it will help you build decent lineups in the if you're throwing in $40 in the $20 millionaire maker trying to become a millionaire. I don't hate it. If you're just having fun, I think $10 per month is really cheap for the amount of information that you're getting. Again, I appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully you take down something great on Sunday, and I hope we see you in the next video, which should be up either today or tomorrow for Sunday Night Football. Thanks again, and we'll see you guys in the next video.